What it do, Kripple Krew? What it do? EDC with DBD here on another Tactical Tuesday. Shout out to Marco, member Kripple Krew Inc. was the first one in the chat. We had EDC Tank City, what it do, homie? Gabe Harlan, yo, yo, yo. Bladed Ginger, what's up, homie? Kelly's Mishmash, what's up? I would look at AWT, like Kelly showed right there, or Rip's Garage Tech. Eagle Scout EDC, what it do? Half Empty, what it do? Jesse, member Kripple Krew Inc., good morning. I always remember about halfway through my hellos that I can highlight everybody. Happy Tactical Tuesday. As you can see, looking tactical AF right now with the Wrath and the AM8 Mark II out. War Room, what it do, brother? I hope everything goes well. Original member of Kripple Krew Inc. is War Room EDC. Cal, what it do, homie? Member of Kripple Krew Inc. How's your day going? I'm going to pop this up a bit, get a little bit more height on these. I was a little close to the camera trying to show that. There we go. That'll work. Plus, that'll let me put out some more of today's carry. So, I didn't have the Wrath on me. I did have these two on me. A little mini praxis that was part of what Mrs. Deadly gave me this weekend. Such a nice, light little knife that just disappears wherever I put it. It's a good little pouch knife. Of course, the Flightanium Arcade Light. You guys know what I think about this knife, how much I like this. And so far, this is the budget knife of 2025. We'll set that one down there. And then, you know it, I have my TRM Neutron 2 and the lizard skin, lizard skin 3D tie, or whatever. I think that's what they call it, in the pockets right now. As well as, it's about to get upgraded, Gabe. Be shady. What it do, what it do. As well as Lagatha. Lagatha needs a cleaning. She's been used and abused a bit lately. But you know, Lagatha gotta represent. We'll slide these over this way a little bit. We'll slide this over this way, and we'll throw Lagatha in the middle, give her props. There we go. What's everybody else carrying today? Kathleen Smith, what's up? Member Kripple Krew Inc. How you doing today, sis? You got a repairman in and out? Or a repairman there. I gotcha. I appreciate you popping in. Everybody, if you haven't already, stab that like button. Like you mean it. What did you guys think of the live stream on Saturday? The 1 year anniversary 2K YouTube sub live stream. I think it flowed pretty well. Congrats again to all the winners. It was awesome to see Marco get the best knife of the bunch. And Gabe Harlan's waiting on the dock. I appreciate you checking in the DC Blades Glaurung. My bad, Glaurung. Such a dope knife. Carrying the Kratos, got it last night. Yay. Matriarch 2 and the Civivi. If it's the one you won here was the Incendi, but you would remember that one. How's the head doing, Jesse? All pretty recouped after the fall? You got the house? Congrats, homie. That is awesome. That's fantastic news, my friend. Congratulations. That really is awesome. I'm happy to hear it. Where's the new house? We'll be closing by the end of next month. Yay, yay, yay. All healed up. That's good. Donnie B. What's up, Donzo the Clown? Donald Bless, also known as Bless Knives. Good morning. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Again, congrats on an awesome blade show. I definitely got to be there next time so that we can blaze. Rutledge, Tennessee? Hell yeah. You know what, Bladed Ginger? That deserves its own Cardington salute. Congrats on the house. Oh, such good sound. Oxworks, Lantra, EDC with Perps, Devo, Nip, Purple Nurple, and Worry Carry Ultralight. Yay, yay, yay. Of course, my friend. I know it. TKL Warren EDC, which getting ready to go back to the office. You can do your neck, paracord, breakaway, and your piranha. You can swap out. Yay, yay, yay. Very cool. That is a good looking knife. Melissa and TKL came out with a good design for that one. I mean, TKL kills everything, but that one does look really good. It's nice to see Dream Tech starting to give some love after Blade Show, a Bladed Ginger. Kevin Santer, member Kripple Krew Inc. Hell yeah, appreciate you popping in before work and stabbing that like button. Have a great day. Neil to the Mac, what's up? Member Kripple Krew Inc. Carrying your Cardington, boom, boom. Chris Reeves and Cosi, and an 80-20.5. So I can pop out two of those. I can hit you with the 80-20.5 and the Cardington, but I cannot hit you with the Nkosi. Working on a design with Dream Tech soon? Hell yes. Just swapped out the special sales and screws. Nice. Yeah. I get it. I get you. Hinder XM24, PM2 Salt, Tack Knives Unnamed 2, TKL Agent 002, TRM Nerd, Tactile Bear, Quiet Carry IQ. Nice carry. Yes, I need a Blessed Blade too as well. 100. Ultralight carry for work. Okay, I get you now. What up, brother? Member Kripple Krew Inc. How are you, Mud? Hope you're killing it today. Today's carry is the Titanium Sage 5. Oof. And a Tack Knife Scully. Nice. Today, my Tactical Tuesday carry was my M8 Blades Mark II. I love carrying this Pikal in my fifth pocket now because it is so easy after like 3 draws of practice. Now, from any position, I can draw this knife into my hand just like this, ready to go, and I'm up in a guard position right off the bat. Ron Dobbins, member Kripple Krew Inc. It's going well, brother. Hope you're doing well. So I had, pardon me, I had this in my fifth pocket. You know me, rocking the belt. I did have my tactical bottle opener pocket sword in my back pocket. I'll take a look at that in just a second, Ginger. My Molsect noise. I love this little pocket sword. You guys really need to check that one out. Fab killed it. Had my TRM Neutron too in my left rear pocket. This is my left hand carry today. Whoop. I love this knife. As you guys well know, this is a perma knife. And then on my neck, I have the Civivi Baby Banter Fixie. Not allowed to have a knife for work, you're a bad boy. I like it. The Civivi Baby Banter Fixie, a gift from the Deadly Daughter. That is my most frequent neck knife. I do have a couple of others, but this has been the main one lately. Another one would be my Civivi Dart, the Hell Dart by Oh Stop Hell. Projectiles are sharp. What it do, Tristan? I'm having a fantastic day. Member Kripple Krew Inc. Hope you're doing well, brother. What you carrying? I'm pretty sure that your truffles is one of them. And then I also carry, and I have to, I think it's put away right now. My Civivi Elementum Fixed Blade Mini in Damascus that the Deadly Daughter got me as a neck knife. Gareth, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, my brother from a South African mother? That's awesome, Mud. But yeah, this is the neck knife today. That's today's carry. I'm gonna look at Bladed Ginger's carry on Instagram here. Let's pop that up. Boom! We got that. DEFCON Cardington, get out of my way. DEFCON Cardington. Beautiful tie with the leverage lock. We have an 80-20.5 with beautiful titanium scales and the shark lock. And then we have a tie in Cosi that this knife has seen some work. Love it, with a frame lock. 3 different, but two icons in the EDC world, and one that's just about to be. All right. Got your truffles and a Mannix 2 crew wear. Ooh, that is a nice carry. That truffles you got, I'll show that in a minute, homie. Carrying the Vero Tuck, our mini Lux tie scales and a Jack Wolf Benny. Titanium scales, a Big Idea titanium pry bar, Big Idea titanium pin into G-Shock watch, Titanium Tuesday. Swap between 3 neck carries, either Pinkerton Custom, SC Azula Fire, and a Cricut Minimalist. Yay, yay. I love you, baby. Let's look at, I'm going to find Projectiles Are Sharp, Tristan's truffles here right quick. Give me a moment. I've got it ready. Here we go. We're going to start off with a couple of pictures. This is the knife that War Room picked up. Mud's carrying his Tonto, so he's got the Chop 2 and the Civivi Brazen. Hell yes. Look at this beautiful show custom Aurora truffles. Such a fantastic knife with a knife very, very similar to the leverage lock. Look at this bad boy. Look at this beauty. Such a cool anno design and like grind work on those titanium scales. That is such a sick version of an already dope knife. Also, I should show that real quick. Who popped in? Oh, hit that thumbs up, everybody. I appreciate that faux show. Also wearing a titanium Citizen titanium kind of day. Gonna be called the Hulk, I think. Okay, I get you. Also, check this out. Say hello to his pupper. That's one happy looking pupper right there. Yeah, it is. That's a happy pupper. Man, I am there's a preview I got this morning that I believe I can show, but I'm waiting on confirmation before I do. Beardo, member of Kripple Krew Inc. You got the carbonized tie, Warncliffe knife you carry occasionally. Yeah, nice. Yes, that dog is very comfortable. Absolutely. This KB Knives Wrath is beautiful. It's got all the opening methods, even though there's only one that really matters with these knives. But it does have all the openings for fidgety. Like, it is a great reverse flick, but it does work very well with the wave opening feature to be ready to go. Titanium frame lock, M390. The wave feature is removable, but I don't know why you would take a wave off of a knife like this. Full tie back spacer. And you can get it under $200 at White Mountain Knives. I hope it went well, Gabe. Yeah, their price from Kubi is a fair amount more than that. But White Mountain Knives, you know what? One thing that I didn't try is I didn't actually add it to my cart and see if there's a discount, because normally they have a discount on Kubi stuff. I'm going to try that real quick. And we shall see if it gets even cheaper than that. Add to cart. Okay, no, not on the KB knives, but it drops down to 190 something with code DBD. And I'm going to pull up the other version. Though they have a tiger stripe tie, but this is the dopest version. I'm going to share it. New knife day, second day in a row. Been watching a lot of John Shrek. We just got in a Benchmade mini SOCP dagger and full. Nice. What's up, Laney? What's up, Bear? How's the good bumpers? That's good dogs. Yes, you are. I'm going to share this screen. Yeah, there is an all blacked out version of the KB Wrath as well for the same price. That's rather wicked looking. They do also have a whole bunch of budget ones. They have a mini version and a full-size version. Let's see what a full-size version runs for if I put a black one in the cart. And we're going to take this guy out. It drops it down to $51, and those are 14C 28N, and they still have the wave. So for $45, you can get the budget version in G10 and 14C of the Kubi Wrath. That's pretty cool. That's an awesome. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Will do. It is fun to mess with the wave. Yeah, at $51, and then after code DBD, it'd be $45. I still prefer the M8 Mark II by Miguron, or Miguron M8 by our homeboys DC Blades, because I like the Pikal better than the Karambit personally. The wave feature works just as well on this one, and every time it was so easy to figure it out, pulling it out of my pocket every time, ready to go. I like the titanium clip on it, and this one is under $60 for aluminum, titanium, or aluminum 14C titanium clip, and this one has the crossbar lock, so it's nice and strong. Crazy good lockup. This one by M8 being less than $60, I would rather use this than the budget Kubi Wrath with the liner lock, just because the crossbar lock is going to be a little bit stronger. And I like the Pikal way of attacking better than Karambit personally, but I would carry either. And when I get my Blood Eagle, when those are available from when the Blood Eagles are available over at Pickled Steel, then that's a Karambit that I will carry and try and see how it becomes part of my rotation. But this Pikal from DC Blades and M8 already has become part of my rotation. It's the first true, like, wicked beef jerky defender, dedicated only to become an actual part of my carry. You can also open your beef jerky, from behind if you needed to. But this is so comfortable. The milling on this is done really well, though. It's a nice pocket clip, and I like the odd shaped titanium insert cover. Looks like all T8 hardware. Vladimir, what's going on? How are you? Henry to the G, I believe I said hello. Member Kripple Krew Inc. If not, what it do? Yes, even our wave feature and our stainless lock bar insert and our pocket clip insert are all T8 hardware. I like to see that. I had not checked that yet because I haven't reviewed this really. This just got here. This one, pardon me. I knew this one was all T8, including the pocket clip screws. So love to see that coming. You know, no more T6s. I want to see everybody do it. But I guess Miguron's been doing it for a while. So I'm not surprised it's on this. No, I do not have gelatin. But I'm thinking about getting some melons for this week to go out and have a little bit of fun with. Check both of these out with some melons. Yeah, cut and pull. Nikolai, what's going on? Hello, how are you? Yeah, you're more like ripping claw motion. Both are great for what they're designed for. A Pikal and a Karambit. But I do, Vladimir. And this is what's on the neck today. Most of my neck knives aren't tactical. My neck knives are just a good blade that I can get at least 3 fingers on or a pinch grip to pull out and use to make cuts when I need a blade. It's my backup. It's my main. It's the first blade that goes on me in the day is my neck knife. Then everything else. Ty Jeffcoat. This is the AM8 Blades Mark II MK2, designed by our homies over at DC Blades. AM8 is a brand of Miguron. And this is a knife that has been living in my 5th pocket lately because the wave feature works so well to have it open and ready and up in a guard every time. Everyday carry, what's up, what's up? I have had a minimalist. The minimalist was the first one that the first neck knife I ever really carried. I don't have that one anymore because I had the, well, I didn't have the minimalist. I had the Spew, the small personal everyday Warncliffe, which is part, just like the minimalists. But I gave the Spew away. But I love, even sitting down, this knife comes out of my pocket, my 5th pocket, in my hand, ready to go every time. I'm going to draw it from sitting down right here at the desk. And I can carry this in pants. I can carry it in shorts. And it's just rips out, ready to go. And aluminum, all T8 hardware, titanium pocket clip, 14C 28N, less than $60. It's a stupid deal. I'm not even affiliated with them. I don't make anything if you buy these. But this is the first of this, of either a Karambit or a Pikal that has become a true part of my daily carry. This is the first one. It's very light but strong. You have the crossbar lock, so it's not going to fail. And I just like it a lot, especially for less than $60. Ron Dobbins. And love you, brother. Appreciate everything you do. Thank you for that, Ron Dobbins. You know what? We are going to do a golden Fook Dragon salute. Much appreciated, homie. I do really appreciate the constant support. Yes, this does make a fantastic beef jerky defender. Ain't nobody gonna get your jerky when you have this on you. And it's a very comfortable grip. This would be comfortable even without the ring. It would still be a comfortable grip. But with the ring, the way that it lines up my hand, it puts a lot of power into this little spike on the ring. Beardo, hit me, shoot me a message on Instagram and I will give you my address. I'm not going to give it out over the live stream, but I will give it to you, homie. So we've extended the gas station knife war. The Kripple Krew gas station knife war of 2025 has been extended a little bit so that folks can take time, find knives, and get them in. So this is an ongoing event. Don't forget about it. I will make a post about it soon. Let's check out Garrett's carry. You know, they're going to be a bunch of like little teeny knives, you know, little baby knives. We've got the 10-inch Kubi folder. Got a Pickle Steel Warhog. Is that the Ghost? We got the Cold Steel Verdict, maybe? I don't remember. Pry Bar. We got the Leatherman Charge. And we got Teo saying, what up? Half empty. A gas station knife is something that you know, you get at a gas station, or you know, like a mall ninja knife, something you find at a crappy store, a smoke shop, anything like that, where they have garbage knives that they're trying to pass off as legit. This is the golden Fook Dragon, sent in by the one and only Fook Doozle Flea Market. There you go. That's another great one. Jim Cox, member Kripple Krew Inc. How you doing, homie? The Faden and the Verdict. Okay, I was right on the Verdict. The golden Fook Dragon, though it you know, it is glorious, it does not qualify for the contest, as it would destroy everybody. But yeah, liquor stores, like a knife that, like, say something like this, assisted. You know, we love our crappy assisted knives. It has a wave feature, but you can't use it because it's a tip down carry. So it comes out of your pocket this way. So it has it, but you can't use it. Like anything, and it doesn't have to be a traditional knife in like form. It can be something with a blade, as long as it has a, you know, it's intended for cutting purposes. And it's just something to have fun with. Wish.com, Temu, that kind of stuff. And, you know, nothing expensive. And it's not, we're not looking for the nicest knife you can find for the money. We're looking for the most gas station-y, you know, the crap, the worst, the best of the worst is what we're looking for. Nothing expensive. Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like that. Hell yeah, Mud. You know, I just thought it would be something fun to do. And then, by the way, at the end of this, the members of Kripple Krew Inc. are going to vote. The winner Whoever has the most gas station-y knife, the one to rule them all, is going to win a real knife, a nice knife. Now, after that, we are going to do a members-only drawing. So I'm going to open up submissions of knives to anybody, but only members get to vote. And at the end, we're going to do a members-only drawing, and one member is going to get stuck with all the knives that are sent in. Yes, half empty. If you got one, hit me up on definitely no more than 10 to 15 bucks. If you've got one, if I got one, it's fixed. Hit me up on Instagram at EDCwithDBD, and we'll talk about getting it sent over. Nope, there's not a size limit. Well, I take that back. I don't want to pay to ship a big ass heavy sword to somebody. So nothing over, we'll say 18 inches. And then I will collect them all. I will make videos with them. And we will let people take a look at them. And I think I'm going to set it up. The voting, I'm going to make a couple of brackets. And we're going to put the knives up against each other in brackets, tournament style, and let members vote. And then we will continue the tournament and I'll create videos to show the knives, pretending like, they'll get kind of a real review. And we will make sure that everybody gets to see them, and we'll have fun with this contest. And then I'm really going to enjoy sending the entire box of gas station knives to one member and sticking them with all of it. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. I just want to have fun with it. And I don't want it to cost people a bunch of money. But the winner, whoever submits the best one, is going to win something cool. I wonder how Donnie B's shop is looking right about now. He had a lot of cleanup work to do after the show. By the way, folks, don't forget to hit up Mad Yako for your Mad Wax. You can get... What's up, Aries EDC? My brother, how you doing today? You can get a giant tin of Mad Wax for less than the price of like a small thing of Wicked Wax. And I've put this on a couple of knives so far. It works just as well. I do still use Wicked Clean to clean all my different blade finishes. Roger that, bud. Yeah, but the Mad Wax works just as good on to protect all of your blades and keep them looking nice as Wicked Wax. It's a lot less expensive, and you're supporting our homeboy Mad Yako. By the way, as well as winning a knife, the winner of the gas station knife war will also receive this awesome Mad Yako Hank. I want to check that link out real quick. Boom. Yeah, this awesome Mad Yako Hank that he just sent in. I'm going to use the, this will go along with a knife to the winner of the gas station knife war. This is a beautiful ink and would really, I took pictures with it yesterday. It takes some badass pictures. Yaco inks and wax. Oh, hey, that's an awesome link. I'm going to pin that link for right now. I knew about his Etsy store, but I didn't know about that link. Beardo, you'd have to ask him that. I can tell you what's in it. Beeswax, carnauba wax, lemon oil, vitamin E oil, linseed oil, and fractionated coconut oil. Went hard and when hurt your hand this weekend, knocking out a hippo that looked at your wife funny. So yeah, this Mad Yako Hank is gonna go to the winner of the gas station knife war. Check out my new Mad Yako Hank. I love the wicked wild colors on this. It kind of looks like a Picasso doing Patrick Starfish from SpongeBob. I just saw that, holding it that angle. But I love the colors on this thing. I've been holding it at this angle, and I didn't see it like that before. So. The house is shot. Bladed Ginger. The house is shot. Got you war. So they've been trying to recover whatever they could or can. They've been making trips back, getting whatever they can while they figure out what they're doing next. This hit them really badly because there. By the way, there is a GoFundMe now that you can donate to if anybody wants to help out Bluminati and Twisted Sis. They're trying to figure out where they're going to live. They can't return to that house, and it was an older place, and it wasn't fully insured, so they don't know what they're doing next. Now focused on bikini wax. Yeah, any natural wax, sex wax that people use on all their surfboards is another one that works great on blades. But I was repping my boy Mad Yako. There is their Bluminati and Twisted Sis PayPal if anybody wants to donate. And then there is also a GoFundMe page. Yeah, I was using Wicked Wax, and it's a fantastic product, but it's way more expensive because it's the only one really in the knife world that has a name that people are familiar with. So the Mad Wax you can get for quite a bit less and get a whole big tin of it that'll last you a long time. Because the small things last me a while. I use the Mad Wax, I'm switching to Mad Wax. I've only put it on a couple of blades so far, but I'm switching to Mad Wax, and that'll be on I'll use that on my blades. I'll use that on my Carta. I'll use it on wood scales. It does. It works better for me. I think it's a better barrier to corrosion than KPL Knife Shield, which is what I used to use. I used to use Knife Shield, but I like the waxes way better. Don't buy used wax from a salon. Yeah, you know, you can get Mad Wax at that pinned link. And I'm going to go to that link real quick and see what the price is on it. You can, or you can go straight to his Etsy store as well. But like the Hanks range from 20 to 25 bucks. Some of them are even less. And the wax is only $16 for that big container. This will last you years. $16. It's a great way to protect your blades. And there is the GoFundMe. I'm gonna switch the pinned link. If anybody wants to get some Mad Wax, you can use the current pinned link and scroll down to Mad Yako stuff, and then just click that to get to his Mad Wax. You might need to load more products, but then you'll see the picture for this. It's a stack of a whole bunch of these in a cardboard box is the picture that you'll see on the site for it. But only $16 for this big tin that'll last you a long time. Now I'm going to pin the GoFundMe link for Blue and Sis. Yeah, I have not. Replace pinned message. There we go. Yeah, the KPL is messy, and I just don't think it gives you as even of a coating as the Mad Wax does, or as the waxes do. They all do the same thing, but they do provide a better barrier to corrosion, in my opinion, and they make the knives. They help bring out the finish for pictures a little bit better than, like, say, KPL does. I still use KPL in my bearings. You know, I like their lube, but I don't use KPL Knife Shield anymore. I've switched to waxes. Yeah, it's not a hobby; it's a lifestyle. I've been into knives since I was a little kid. As long as I can remember, when I was a little kid, I did a lot of hunting. Especially a lot of bird hunting and fishing. And I just always had a knife on me when I was a kid. Did a lot of camping. I collected knives from the time I was like 5 years old. And I have always, yes, the waxes work fantastic on micarta, on wood. You can use them on carbon fiber. I wouldn't, I don't mean something that's like got this type of finish, but it will bring out in carbon fibers like this. It'll really make the colors pop and help protect it. It is a fun but expensive lifestyle, faux show. And I've just always been into knives. When I was in the service, I had blades on me all the time. I use knives. I carry multiple knives on me a day for different reasons, and I love it. I found the knife and EDC, use Wicked Wax and never needed to clean. Yeah, Wicked Wax is fantastic. Bone handles too, you're correct. Yeah, true that. 3 blades dropping on Etsy. If you want to send me pictures, I'll share them. They are our oldest tool. As they're like mankind's oldest tool, and we're still as fascinated by them today as we were when we lived in caves. So, a lot of our society has tried to make them a mean, scary weapon when in truth, they're a piece of art, usable art, that is our number one tool. Yeah, the hammer's probably older. Yeah, probably. You're right. But nowhere nearly as important in our history as the knife. This is what allowed us to begin to dominate our surroundings. Without the knife, we would already be gone as a species. So I love to still salute knives. Now, as far when you say as into the hobby, as far as the EDC online community, I really didn't know about it until a few years ago when I was sitting around the house after becoming permanently disabled and just going stir crazy. I looked for, I looked at a video, looked up on YouTube. I was watching some knife stuff, I mean, some gun stuff a little bit, but I didn't watch much YouTube. But I looked up neck knives because I wanted a neck knife. And I saw a video for this. And then one of the main gun content creators that I was watching started making knife content. And that's when I found channels like G-Ball Vision, Lefty, and Stasa that got me to really start watching. Yeah, true. Like I was sitting at home going stir crazy. And then I started watching some more knife content and really got into it and started chatting. G-Ball Vision was the first channel I ever bought a membership to or started getting onto live streams and talking to the community. And after about a year and a half, 2 years of that, I decided to create my channel exactly 1 year ago yesterday. Later today, I'm going to be making a 1 year anniversary post with some statistics from last year. But 1 year as of yesterday, I created my channels on YouTube and Instagram, and then 3 months later on TikTok. And Devo knives are freaking killer. And I absolutely love being a bigger part of the knife community. As far as like these right now, the live streams where I get to hang out and kick it with the Kripple Krew and y'all talk about what you're carrying. We talk about knives. We talk about life. That has been for 1 year as of yesterday. But as far as hobby, it's not a hobby to a lot of us. It's our lifestyle. But welcome to the addiction. Check these out. These are dropping. Aries is dropping these tonight. Custom, handmade. Look at that Tonto thorn. Ah, look at that. It's a naked bloom, and I can't remember what that's called. I really appreciate that, homie. I do. Yeah, it's the best thing to do during the week, right? Tuesdays are boring as hell. You might as well jump on here. John Takamori, what's going on, homie? Good to see you. You know what? I had no clue how. True, Bladed Ginger, our homeboy Bladed Ginger, not only is he on here kicking it with us, but he's a knife designer with two insane designs out. First, the Beyond EDC GOOO. Our boy Bladed Ginger's first design, such a fantastic EDC knife. And his second design is one I like even more. The DEFCON Cardington with a beautiful drop point Tonto compound ground M390. Full titanium. Leverage lock, which is a pivot actuated button liner lock. The pivot button activates a leaf spring that pulls that liner in and out of the way. The action is phenomenal. Perfect, beautiful canvas for customization. Killing it, Bladed Ginger. You know, honestly, yeah, with a paracord wrap, yeah. I don't see it so much as building a community. There were creators for the last decade that have really built the online EDC community. You know, Knives Fast will be 10 years this September. Lefty EDC has like 8 years doing this. Everyday City Carry is almost 8 years doing this. And these guys, it took a long time and tens of thousands of dollars. And they created a large, and MC as well, of course, Metal Complex. They created a very large online community that was into knife stuff. I was just able to find my niche in it in the last year and have a very awesome group of folks in the Kripple Krew that support me. Absolutely, Aries. This community is the best. John Tagamori, yes, this is the KB Knives Wrath from Kubi. It's funny, it has all the opening methods, beautiful reverse flick. You've got the flipper tab, but of course, the only one that matters, you have a fantastic, let me do it that way. You have a fantastic wave function to have it out in pocket ready to go. And it's very, very comfortable, especially with this full titanium backspacer. The way that gearing goes all the way into the ring is just comfortable and locked in. That new KB, yeah, the Pictus is really cool. I agree. Yeah, so far, like it's still going. Don't stop supporting Blue and Sis now. Matter of fact, Tristan won a knife during the 1K giveaway this Saturday that he wants us to raffle off for and give the proceeds to Blue and Sis. So I need to figure out how to do that, or if we have a channel that's already collecting stuff to do an event for them, then I can send this to them. I couldn't make it yesterday. I wanted to, but I was tied up with the family yesterday. I was able to pop on Barbies for a minute. I just wasn't able to do more than yours and hit the like button real quick. Jim Miller, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Hope your work day's going well. Yeah, Everyday Minimalist. He was one of the early ones that got me into it. But when he started, he does a lot more than knives. And I started not watching them quite so often. No, thank you for donating it for them, Tristan. That's awesome. Dwayne, MF and Letterman. What it do, homie? What it do? By the way, Aries spike drop last week with 6 spikes. Yes, Lagatha needs a cleaning. Lagatha gets used a lot. But with 6 spikes, and by the way, even as often as Lagatha is used, I've yet to strop her. I have not even stropped her yet. And I have been carrying Lagatha since February, daily. cross country, thrice. Like this baby goes everywhere with me. But all 6 of the spikes for Mary sold out in under 4 seconds. Congratulations, homie. I love to see it. I'm here for it. There's Aries Etsy link. That's where those 3 knives will be dropping this evening. Are you doing it at 6 p.m. Eastern, homie? Roger that. Jim Miller is having an awesome day, but he can't tag everybody right now. He's on the phone and he's eating and he's got to go back to work. So he says, what it do, everybody, but he can't tag. That's awesome, Bladed Ginger. That's really awesome. You know, I knew if you watch my first videos from a year ago, the very first knife I ever reviewed, I did an unboxing and a review, or of like a first impressions video of the Kaiser Mini Roach. And that I was shooting on my table, like my kitchen table. I had no clue what I was doing at all. I didn't even find CapCut for editing for over a month. And I just I just decided one day that I wanted to do it too. I needed something to fill my time. I needed goals again in my life, something to work towards being permanently disabled. And I decided I wanted to create content, even though I still don't really know what I'm doing. I have the barest minimal editing skills. My videos are typically, my reviews are one long take. My shorts typically it takes a few takes to get a good 60-second shot. But as far as editing, it's really just adding text and stuff. I don't edit anything out. If I say something stupid, I leave it in. But I have fun doing it. And I never expected or thought that I would get the outpouring of support that I have. In that first year, I have 2,000 in the YouTube Kripple Krew, over 1,000 in the Instagram crew, and Instagram is so hard to grow on. My TikTok is like 1,800 strong. And on YouTube, you guys have watched my videos for almost 16,000 hours now, and I'm at almost 500,000 views. 455,000 views in the first year. That's insane to me. Just saying those numbers out loud still. I saw that yesterday during my 1-year recap, but even saying it out loud, it still blows my mind. And so thank you. Thank you to everybody in the Kripple Krew for that insane support over the first year. And I can't wait to see what this next year brings. Derek, for real, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, my brother? He's been lurking a bit, but he's on the phone with Blade Walker. Hey, what's up, Blade Walker? Much love, brother. Derek can't chat with everybody, or he can't tag everybody, but he and Blade Walker say hello. I appreciate you, B Shady. And I never could have expected it. I hoped I would get to like 250 in my first year. So, big salute. You know what? The Kripple Krew. No, it's never cheap, unfortunately, Kathleen. Not when they charge you, $100 just to come out. The Kripple Krew is going to get the rare 2-flag salute. Because I want to say thank you for all the support. So the very rare 2-flag salute for the Kripple Krew. These are about to drop. possibly by the end of this week. The Miguron OEM'd DC Blades Glaurung. Such a cool knife with that harpooned clip point recurve Tonto compound grind bulky tip, as Stasa would say. Awesome action. Titanium pocket clip. Beautiful silver twill carbon fiber. This is the most expensive version with the silver twill and the PVD, and these are going to be $90 shipped. The black carbon fiber has a dual satin finish that looks really nice as well, and that is $80 shipped. The black G10 has a stonewash finish, and that one is $75 shipped. So $75 to $90 for a Miguron OEM'd DC Blades designed knife that just locks in. It's not a big knife, but I do get a full 4-finger grip behind the pivot, and I am crazy locked in. Like, this is not going anywhere. Choked up, I'm very locked in. Like, I would even thrust choked up and not worry about sliding. But back here in a Beef Jerky Avenger, yeah, that's comfortable. I can lock it into a Beef Jerky Defender as well, but where it's really comfortable and where I know I'm not going anywhere is in this Beef Jerky Avenger grip right here. Wicked cool knife. I love, let's get that to focus, seeing the fibers run down the knife. And this is not a carbon fiber laminate. This is full carbon fiber over skeletonized steel liners. All T8 hardware, titanium clip. DC Blades is killing it. I've got 3 of their knives here. Woo-wee! Almost got myself with that one. 3 of their knives here, and all 3 are favorites of mine. Like, this was one of the first titanium knives that I really fell in love with. After the Devo Stout Pony Stout Premium, it was this one. And this is another phenomenal Miguron OEM knife. And then these 2, designed by DC, both OEM'd by Miguron, are just phenomenal. Under $60 for the Mark II, and under $100 for the Glaurung when it drops next week. They're definitely hard to find. I love mine. Blind Woo Fury, what it do, brethren? How are you? AL Animations. Prefer a kitchen knife? Yay. Got a lot of them too. I'll show you my favorite kitchen knife real quick. Should be right here. Here's my favorite kitchen knife. The Pickled Steel Bush Ulu. This is my favorite kitchen knife. A fantastic chopper. This thing will cut through meat. You can use this on your grill. You can use this at your campfire. Backpacking. It's got a great sheath to throw on your belt for backpacking or camping, hunting. Take down a whole deer with this thing. And you can get these for right about $20 from Pickled Steel. Phenomenal knives. Wicked sharp too. It's a different blade form factor to get used to. Faux show, as my fingers can attest. Oh, absolutely. It'll take down a full deer. Easy. Yeah, the Spyderco PM2 Cutlery Shop exclusive warning in CTSX HP was a massive grail of mine for such a long time that it's still hard for me to put it down since I got it 3 weeks ago in trade from War Room. I'm working my current sketch that I'm working on, Ginger, is I'm working on a neck knife that I want to do with pickled steel. I really want it to be a pickled steel. Roger that, Gareth. You want a bigger kitchen knife? For bigger kitchen knife, I turn to, where's my big one? There it is. I just put these back in the packages because I was about to. I'm planning on doing a review on these. But if you're looking for William Hornbostel, member Kripple Krew Inc., what up, what up, what up? Oh, that would be dope, Gabe. For kitchen knives, Damn Designs has some fine, fine kitchen knives at very good prices. The cleaver, I'll take it out of the packaging. I just put it back in because I was, like I said, going to record it and show the packaging. But the cleaver, and they all have Damn Designs ergos, which I really like their pocket knives. They have great ergos like their pocket knives, and you can get these for a very fair price on their website. These are my favorite kitchen knives currently, but I haven't received the full line of Damn Designs or of Pickled Steel yet. The one that I use the most out of the Osiris line from Damn Designs, the one that I use the most is the paring knife. This little knife is so useful, and the ergos are so good that I use this for a lot more than just a paring knife. They do very, very well for me. They're VG10 steel, so they're very strong. I haven't had any issues with chipping yet, but I haven't tried to cut through bone with it. The Microsec kitchen knives, yeah, they'll be expensive as hell. I need to wipe these down again and wax them up. I use Wicked Wax on these. Yeah, the paring knife from them, I think it's around 30 or 40 bucks. It's a very good price, and you're getting FRN scales on all of them that you can take off for cleaning with VG10 blades. I've had these kitchen knives for 8 or 9 months now. I've really only shown them on lives. I haven't done a video on them yet because I wanted to see how they held up in the kitchen. And this is the one I use by far the most. Whoop, that was my fault. And it's still wicked sharp. These are a fantastic value from Damn Designs. You worked with the chef knife in your hand for a very long time? You know, I have zero training. I probably don't use most of them the way they're meant to use. So I'm typically, I would say, harder on kitchen knives than anybody that has training, because I just grab the knife I want to use for whatever I need to cut. And these have held up for the last 9 months in my kitchen. So they will get a review soon. The reason I didn't review them right away is before the launch of the Osiris Chef knife, set the Osiris line, Damn Designs, um, he switched OEMs. He used a different OEM for those kitchen knives. And all of the samples that he had received were heat treated very well. But what I did, and I will say, Damn Designs paid for them, but I ordered them directly, so they came directly through the distributor from the factory without him touching them or him doing any QC on them. And we did that on purpose. And then I have been using them for the last 9 months before I wanted to really share them with you guys. Now I know I can trust them. And Adrian with Damn Designs has been awesome. I love his pocket knives. So, taught to look at it similar to a drumstick. And I can tell you that those Damn Designs Osiris knives stand up to my use. So, of course, I never put them through the dishwasher. They get washed as soon as they're used. I wax my knives. I do take care of them. I just probably don't use them the way they're intended. And that's what I mean by I'm tougher on knives in the kitchen. But that, I tell you, for an inexpensive knife that'll do everything, this Bushulu is something else. It's this hollow grind into this texture keeps food from sticking to the blade when I'm chopping through just about anything. I can, in a pinch grip, it is very, very comfortable. If I have to push through something, I can get higher up on this handle and use it. But chopping, it's really comfortable just right here. It's funny, I don't carry and I don't buy very many clip points because it's typically just, it's not my style of blade all the time. But my two main clip points now are both DC blade designs. It is. It's a killer food prepper, and you can get them from Pickled Steel with code Kripple10 for less than, or right at about $20. They were at like $18, but the exchange rate, it varies a little bit from the South African rand, and so they were right about $20 with code Kripple10 last I looked. Todd Carr, what up? How you doing, homie? Good to see you. I love the acoustics with the titanium and this titanium pocket clip. That ring. What's in my hand? This is the DC Blades Ceto. This was their first regular folder. All of their knives before this were either a Pikal or a Karambit style knife. Because Tier 1 Gear and EDC Reviews and Old Squirrel Knives, they got together and founded DC. And they both specialize in self-defense knives. But they wanted to make an EDC knife that would work well for beef jerky defense, but that people would carry and use for everyday tasks. They only made 120 of these. Robert Willoughby, what's going on? They're a Miguron OEM'd nano ceramic coated titanium with micarta or carbon fiber inlays with a DLC or hand satin M390 blade, and they're 2 1/4. Last I checked, they had a couple left. Full tie back space, well, half tie back spacer, tie pocket clip that works great, and ergos that lock you in. I could thrust with this with zero worries. This locks into a beef jerky Avenger grip and a beef jerky Defender. But the Avenger is where it's really comfortable. It is a damn good deal. 2 1/4, and they only made 120 of them. You could choose between gold, black, and blue on the pivot collars. I think they're out of the carbon fiber inlays last I looked, and they were down to just the micarta. But I really like this micarta inlay. It's on both sides, and I like the way the lock bar is cut around it. And it's a frame lock that I can actually open with my thumb without locking myself out. You guys know I almost always lock myself out on the thumb on a frame lock. But it just flies. You've got a flipper tab, you've got a fuller, and locked in ergos. It depends, half empty. Bladed Ginger would be the one to really answer that question. But what it comes down to is how much you want to pay. If you're willing to pay somebody to put your name on the knife they make, and you buy the order to sell, it's a lot of money. But other than that, you have to find, if you want to do it without you paying for every knife, you've got to find a company to license one of your designs and want to produce it. I know this is one of Mud's absolute all-time favorite knives. This was a gift from Tier 1 Gear and EDC Reviews. I will say the other DC blades that I have shown, these two, I did pay for, full disclosure. I got a great deal, but I did pay for them, and I don't make anything from DC blades. So there's no affiliate link. I'm not trying to make money when I rep these guys. I just really like DC blades. They're great designers. Yes, DC Blades, William Hornbostel. DCblades.net. I'll pull it up. We'll take a look at their site because they've got a few new drops on there. So, like I said, they are self-defense focused. This is the Sting, and these are available for $240. Come on, load. Maybe. There we go. Look at that beautiful texturing by Miguron. The texturing is insane, and then you have the inlays. Those are done so well. wave opening feature. We've got the Vendetta recently dropped wave opening feature. This is a premium Pakal from also Miguron OEM'd. Again, nano ceramic coated titanium, textured with the inlays. I love Miguron's tie. The coating they do on it is insane. The Mantis is the newest release on here. These are $85. These are a fixed blade. You can get them with the silver twill. I didn't know that. So G10 carbon fiber or silver twill, serrated or not. So you would go silver twill is going to be the most expensive. Serrated is $15, $14 more than non. Oh no, that's just the price updating with the carbon fiber. So their most expensive one is still under $100. You know, they've got the Sith XL with shield in. This is a phenomenal knife. But let's check the Ceto and see if they still have any. There it is. They've changed the site a little bit. Shop. Ceto, 2 1/4. The other knives aren't as limited as this one. So let's see, black DLC. We'll say a black pivot collar and black micarta. We can still add to cart, so they do still have a couple. Yeah, 120 total units. And they still have a couple of them. That's a phenomenal deal for what I think was last year's best self-defense EDC folder. Like a crossover knife that you could carry. Kurt White, what'd it do? A crossover knife, a knife that you would use every day. I carry this often. It carries great. It works great for EDC tasks. But if this was the only knife on you, this would make a fantastic beef jerky Avenger as well. So for everything you get for this, I think that 2 1/4 is a fantastic deal. The steel on these is M390. Beautiful compound grind. Oh, you have the Vendetta? Oh, Todd Carr, it's important to me. I carry EDC knives, but I always have a backup on me that I would use for beef jerky defense. But this is one that I can carry that pulls double duty for that. If you feel this in hand, you understand how well they designed this to lock in for use in that kind of situation. This is the least crazy knife they've made, but still would be great if you had to defend your bag. Yes, Loot it does fantastic CAD work, and he's very fairly priced. Oh, awesome. Awesome. You can check out dcblaze.net. Yeah, they're such a fantastic company. Like the two guys behind it's 2 dudes. Tier 1 Gary EDC Reviews, who was he's a retired Tier 1 operator from the service. His son is a Tier 1 operator. And Old Squirrel Knives, who has a forge. He does a lot of beautifully forged Damascus, copper Damascus blades, but they're like fixed blade picals and karambits and stuff. They're beautiful, but absolutely made for beef jerky defense. And they got together and created a knife company. And most of their stuff, if not all, no, not all, because Shieldin has done OEM work for them as well. All the sits were through Shieldin, but lately most of their OEM work has been done by Miguron. Loot is such a good guy. If you're not following Loot 10 Techs, you really need to. Yes, we talked about that earlier in the stream. I need to get hooked up with them. Our boy Bladed Ginger is hooked up with them. He knows them because they OEM'd his design. Dream Tech is the OEM on the Cardington from DEF CON. All of the leverage lock knives from DEF CON are OEM'd by Dream Tech. And they make several beautiful knives. I really like their no hardware showing designs. Their, zero screw design, whatever you want to call it. And very, very nice work. This lock is freaking solid. And not that I think a spine whack is a genuine knife use test, but I know some people swear by it, so I figured I'd show you. But absolutely phenomenal design. And Dream Tech is Bladed Ginger. I know they OEM in China, but the folks behind Dream Tech, where are they out of? We did get to see their booth on my live stream from Blade Show and from SHOT Show, because Ginger took us over and showed us several of their awesome knives. But yeah, it's awesome to see Neves dropping stuff. So, and I believe MC did. So they are getting recognition now after Blade Show. But I would love to get some of their stuff in hand besides this, because I know how well this is done. Take it easy, Mud. I will talk to you later, brother. Yeah, it's going to get warm today. There is Loot's link. Absolutely follow Loot 10 Techs. Not only does he do CAD work for the community for a fantastic price, but he also is the man, the myth behind New Breed EDC and one of my favorite knives of all time in the Clydesdale. And he's just a genuinely awesome dude and member of our community. So follow Loot 10 Techs if you're not. That guy really should have a much higher follower count, I believe. This was the first titanium knife to make it into my collection and carry, the very first. This was the first YouTuber, knife ADC reviewer knife that I got before I got a Devo or a Tempest. I got the New Breed. Yeah, I like Ostop's designs. But this was also like only the second knife ever to be a grail purchase to me. This is a knife that will never, ever, ever leave the collection. The Falcon, I have not. I've handled the Cobra and the Odyssey, and both of those had the same issue. Fantastic build quality and great action, except for the flipper tabs, because the flipper tabs on both were placed too low. They both worked great for their other opening methods, and if you did a flipper tab delete on them, they would be perfect. That was not perfect. I mean, they'd be fantastic budget knives if you got rid of the flipper tabs on the Ventiso Cobra and Odyssey. I haven't checked out the Falcon yet. Yeah, Lutz was the second channel that I really got into live streams after G-Ball. G-Ball showed this knife, and it got me, it just immediately spoke to me. And I had to have one. And that's when I started following Lou. Flipper tab lives matter. Nah, flipper delete the world and cover it in Ultim. I believe most of the stuff is in US warehouse. I get the packages that I get are shipped from the US. I don't remember what state though, homie. Welcome back, Ron. No alternative knife styles. Flipper delete the world and cover it in Ultim. This knife was when I realized that the mini roach is what set me down the path of being avidly anti-flipper tab. Yes, that is the Two-Face from Ramet. It has an awesome, wicked dual grind on it, and I really love that idea. You unscrew the flipper tab, put it on the front, and it becomes a front flipper. That is an insane idea I'd love to see more of. I would also really like to see more of this with the flipper tab that you just remove a screw and it's gone. Ohio? Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember, homie. I know it came from the US, I just couldn't remember. Now, I'd rather have large thumb studs, personally, than flipper tab. I can also reverse flick off of most holes pretty well in gloves. But this knife, now, when I first tried to remove the flipper tab, the screw stripped on me. And it took a while before I found my dad's old kit and drilled it out and took the screw out and then got the flipper tab off. But it turned the Kaiser Mini Roach into one of the most ergonomic knives I've ever handled in my life. And I realized flipper tabs gotta go. Just gotta go. This is, Ron, I think this is one of Kaiser's best values ever. Like, this is such a killer budget knife. I would love to see a premium version of the Mini Roach. Plus, I still want a full-size Roach. I want a full-size Mike Carter Roach. That is one of my grails, is a full-size Mike Carter Roach. But I would love to see them do like a Fat Carbon and DLC Mini Roach with the removable tab. But if they brought out a premium Mini Roach, I'd be all over it. But as it is, this is one of their best budget knives. And whenever you do see these, because they're discontinued as hell, but if you see them, they are so worth getting. Beautiful hollow grind. Just an insane hollow grind. Drop point, but with the tip is so great to get down and do work with. And then the ergos, if you have to do cutting for any length of time, if you've got a whole stack of cardboard you got to cut up, this is a knife to do it because you can lock in and just be comfortable for a long time. That one, I want to check it out. That's one I would check out for show. I do like front flippers better than regular flipper tabs. I just prefer it. It's easier for my hands and it's definitely more fun. But I flicking is my favorite way to open a knife is a reverse flick. But my second would have to be a front flipper. This one, so minimal. Such a tiny front flipper, but perfect. It requires no effort. I want to check out, even though it's not one that I would use for like a bunch of cardboard work because you only get a little bit of the blade, I would like to check out that Rivery Zero, the one that you slide it and it pops out, you slide it back and it retracts. It's like an OTF. The only thing is it doesn't give you nearly enough of the blade. Like I do like a cutter, a replaceable blade that allows you more access to more of the blade edge. Now, the type of flipper, it looks pretty cool. I don't think that I'm going to be grabbing one. I just don't have the funds for it, but it is really cool. Yeah, see, that's the type of flipper tab that I don't mind. I know I've got a bunch, but here's just for example, the Kaiser Cormorant was one of the first knives that I really got and loved to fidget with. But this type of rear flipper, where you barely see it, and it does not affect ergos at all in the opening, I can leave those. I'm fine with those. If a flipper tab disappears in the open position, then I'm cool with it. And if it doesn't stick out too far like a pocket pecker. But yeah, it's got to disappear in the open position. And then I don't mind it. It can stay. But I hate flipper tabs normally because they're just in the way to me when it's in the open position. But a small flipper that disappears, that's okay. So, anybody see the Arcade Pro that dropped yesterday? Which one, Tristan? This one here? That's the Kaiser Mini Mystic, a Paul Monco design. Yeah, those look pretty cool too, Gabe. Yes, the Serape editions. You had this one, the Cormorant. They did the Mini Bay. They did an original, and I don't remember what the fourth one was in the Serape editions. The only one that I got was the Cormorant with a huge gas station with a huge flipper tab. Why are you watching it? Peace out, homie. Yeah. Tell me what to show me on the doll where the bad man hurt you, Mark Meadows or Mark Melland. So I'm going to show you guys the Arcade Pro that they dropped yesterday. Flytanium. Let's share the screen. And boop. Arcade Pro. Look at that compound ground Tonto on an arcade. Full tie, removable tie, swappable inlays. It takes all the accessories and all the inlays of the rest of the arcade family. The black blade version is the one I really want. Drop point compound ground Tonto. Look at that long, deep hollow grind. I think they should have. I don't know if that is the titanium pocket clip. It should have the titanium pocket clip, I believe. Let's see. Titanium thumb studs and barrel spacers. Okay, that is the deep carry tie clip. Okay. So you're already getting the tie hardware upgrade, the tie thumb studs upgrade, the tie pocket clip upgrade. So you are getting all of that stuff with removable tie, and they're what, 270 after code DVD? That is pretty wicked. 20 CV, made in Taiwan. Dig it. I think they will soon. Bloody ginger made one huge. Hey, this front flipper works so well because it requires no effort because the leverage you have on it. Whoop, my finger got in the way. But the leverage, if I had to turn the right direction, is such that it's zero effort required to open that blade. And if you need to, you can tenderize a steak, we'll say. And then, as you can see right here, you've got this full length backspacer. And then when this is open, it just covers the rest of it. So you've got a smooth ergonomic grip. Yeah, Beardo's. We showed Beardo's Flytanium, his arcade light. He went full milled or full tie scales on it. His build is nice. And when it has a milled tie clip, it's going to be sick. I want to see, have they added any new accessories after the Blade Show? Let's take a look real quick. Oh, that's what you were talking about, homie. So these are new. That's pretty cool. Yes, Equate brand band-aids are not very good. Let's share this screen real quick. We're going to go Inception mode. Boom. And this is what he was talking about earlier. They have a glow-in-the-dark scale set that you can throw on the arcade. Yo, that might look really dope on mine. I do plan on doing the tritium thumb studs in black with the purple for the glow, and the purple body screws, purple back spacer, and purple deep carry clip on my green. So it'll be all green and purple. Because I would like to do one for Mrs. Deadly and the Deadly Daughter that is purple with all green inlays. But I would do this one here, the Mohawk spacer, the geared back spacer. You can't do the lanyard stopper if you do the back spacer, and I would rather have the back spacer. So the sale is over. These are now $90 after code. Yo! Yo! $90 for a 20 CV replacement blade is not bad at all. You can make an arcade light, Tonto. Oh no. Oh no, the wheels are turning now. And you can save 10% on all of those accessories with code DBD. Oh no. Yeah, you can't use the tritium lanyard hole with the back spacer. Otherwise, I would. Yo. That's awesome. Lynch Northwest does such great stuff. I'm really thinking about adding that 20 CV Tonto blade. I want to keep it the arcade light build because I really do like these scales a lot. But swap it out to the 20 CV Tonto and then do the titanium upgrades. Ooh, yes. There will be a titanium build coming soon. Gonna have to. You could, instead of the backspacer, you could do glow in the dark and the tritium Tonto. Oh, I see what you're saying. Keep the scales. Yeah, get the glow in the dark scales, keep this blade, and put one together. Because you can buy the hardware. And the hardware is not expensive. Oh, but I still wouldn't have. I wouldn't have the lock system then. That's what I wouldn't have. If I was to try to turn this into two by buying the other blade, you can buy all the hardware, but I wouldn't have the shark lock, the heart of it. You can buy pivots, body screws, and the clip to go with the glow in the dark and this blade, but I wouldn't have a shark lock. Dane Gavrilovsky, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? See, that's the only thing is you can buy it all but the lock, homie. Let me double check that. And all of the parts, I'm scrolling through them right now because they've got skiff bearings or regular bearings, and they're very inexpensive. Pivots and hardware and thumb studs, but you would already have thumb studs. Scrolling. You can buy everything to make one from scratch except the shark lock itself. Oh, that would be fun. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, if you could buy the shark lock, it would be a great idea to do a blade swap on one and then throw this blade into some glow in the dark scales or something. But I just love that there is all of that customization option. Like when you're done, you can make yours completely different from everybody else's. Yeah, I think the Tonto blade is next. I really want that blade now. That's always fun. I've seen Loot do that with some CAD stuff. I mean, he gets viewer input on the CAD designs quite a bit, actually. But like, you know, I've seen him do fun crowd builds. Thank you, Ron Dobbins. Stab that like button if you haven't, folks. It really does help me. I'm going to grab some more water. I'll be right back. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I can make a bacon. Thank you.
I can eat
Or crustable. Okay. Love, baby. Deadly daughter off to rehearsals. She's in a play. She's acting in a play before she leaves. Now, I am much bigger into Warncliffs and Sheepfoot are my main blade shape preferences. I love Warnies. I love Sheepfoot. A good low tip drop point is fine, but if it's a Tonto, and the only time I get really chubbed for Tontos is when it's got a nice drop or clip point so that we've got a tip about or below center line. Like look at the Cardington. It's well below the center line. Or not well, but it's below the center line. And that allows me to use both tips. So it's got to have a drop or a clip, and it has to have a compound grind before I really get chubbed for most Tontos. I typically am not the biggest fan of a Japanese Tonto, but I will tell you that one I really like that's got definitely more of a traditional design. This would normally not be my style, but this Aries Tonto Thorn, you know, this has a much more minimal. Definitely, this is more Japanese than American Tonto, but that is gorgeous. Fook, MFN Doozle. What it do, Fook? What it do? The Golden Pook Dragon says hello. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Having a pleasant Monday on a Tuesday, even. I bet. And getting that secondary edge lined up and making sure that your primary is usable. I prefer US Tonto. Folk. Have a good one, Tristan. Have a fantastic day, homie. Appreciate you hanging around. Yeah, I much prefer an American Tonto. Something that's got more of a pronounced tip, that's not that straight blade, so that I can use both tips for EDC. That's what I prefer for EDC. Luke 10 Tex. Remember Kripple Krew? What it do, brother? How are you? We were just talking about you. A couple times, actually. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to Make Loot a moderator. There we go. We were talking about your CAD services as well as, you know, badass knives. Question, homie. What's the word on the Clydesdale fixies? Oh, I just realized I gotta get Loot as a guest on the stream sometime on a Tuesday or a Saturday stream. I know he streams on Saturdays as well. But now that it's not at noon Pacific, it could be a little easier. God, I love that sound. I can't wait for the Clydesdale fixed blade. No Mexican Tonto. I don't know if you guys saw, but Tenable has Finrear fixies coming and low-key fixies coming. And they took the Finrear and shrunk it down a little bit for EDC fixie size. And I saw those on Stas's video, the Loki and the Finrear fixie. And those both look sexy. I want both of those. Yeah, make a Tonto name the Lone Ranger. Is there any word on Clydesdale fixies, brother? Oh, August Originals still has all three. The fixies. August Originals has your fixies. August Originals. Oh, August Originals. The Peyton Cleaver. That's kind of a cool looking blade. Little pocket cleaver. I'm scrolling through to see if it's showing anything on the site. Not yet. So is this where you're talking about, homie? Here. Oh, like, yeah, I see he's got the Peyton friction folder. Yeah, he's got this showing coming soon. Those are really cool looking. I like those. I want the Rich Light scales. And then we also got coming soon the Connor XL. But that's our only picture of that Tonto. Oh, that's got a crazy grind to it. You can tell right there. That's got a crazy grind. Don't have complete cows. Okay, cool. Oh, well, which one are we talking about? Oh, he's doing your Clydesdale fixie, or are you talking about when you say it's his? You're talking about like the Connor and the little cleaver, Peyton cleaver. I'm trying to. Whoops. Oh, so I get back to right screen. There we go. I appreciate you popping in, Adventure Fitting member Kripple Krew Inc. You have the Ultim one. Ooh, I love Ultim, as you know that. Ultim patent cleaver. I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. Or look at, I didn't even see that they had an, oh, it's because they don't show an Ultim one. I wanted one of the rich site ones out of the ones they show. You have a Connor, it's a little guy. It looks like it's got a wicked grind on it. Like a chubby separation between the two grinds, at least through the sheath. Let's take a look at that link. Oh, big boys. There it is. Oh, here is a picture of Clydesdale fixies. Just a taste. Just a taste. I want one. I want an Ultim Clydesdale fixie, but I'll take my Carta. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Are those going to be AEBL? Do we know what steel those are going to be? Dude, I love, you know me, I love my Ultim. I think I have 22 Ultim knives there. The Emerald Paper Micarta. Mick Ranger, remember Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Adventure Fitty. I did. I thought I replied to it as well. I'm going to click this other link from Loop. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I'd be okay even if there was an Ultim. I could take this Emerald Paper Micarta. We're going to share this, folks. We got to share this. I would love an Ultim Clydesdale fixie. Share screen, inception mode. Oh, wait, wrong screen. I need to share the other browser. Boom. Boom. No inception mode. And look at that. A Clydesdale blade with a fixie handle of Emerald Paper Micarta. Oh, he turned that into a friction folder. That's crazy. I dig it. But yeah, that kind of micarta on the Clydesdale fixies, I'd be down with that. I see Knife Monkey. Remember Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, homie? What it do? Oh, Jim Cox, you missed out on the Clydesdale run? That sucks. This is one knife that I've been asked before if I would sell or trade. And this is a knife that will never, ever, ever leave my collection. This is, like I said, this was only the second Grail knife I ever got. That's like second knife that I was like, yo, that is a Grail to me. Give me about 350. Yeah, such a killer knife, Luke. Still my favorite of your designs. I love the wingspan, but this is still my favorite. Chase Kimball, how are you today? There's two fixies here. This one is an Aries EDC custom spike. Her name is Lagatha. This is handmade in AEBL with burlap micarta and brass pins. The other one is the Molsec Noise, and this thing is sick. These you can get G10, or this is copper foil in a purple acrylic. And this guy is like a pocket sword. He's a chunky boy, 5 millimeter thick. Got a nice little attitude adjuster on the back. And this carries so nicely. They have a very good pocket dropper clip on this. And in my right front pocket, I love reaching down to grab this because it feels like a sword hilt. It's like a pocket sword. And then you pull it out and you got that useful sheep's foot blade and a bottle opener. And these range from $58 to $63 after code DBD. The Molsec Noise by my homie Fabster Run is such a fun knife to carry, to use. And even though it's 5 millimeters thick, 190 thousandths blade stock thickness, it's a chunky boy. It's still plenty slicey. 14C 28N. And just a really cool design. This is one that I really like. A fixed blade Geo. If it was about an inch and a half shorter with half inch less to an inch less of blade and cut about that much off the handle so you can just get 4 fingers on it. Even if you did it so you could just get 4 fingers with the choil and cut it off back here, shorten that blade a bit and give it a taco sheath, I'd rock one. I hope you do, Ron Dobbins. Same for Jim Cox. It's such a great knife. Everybody needs a Clydesdale. Yeah, I could rock this as an EDC fixie, just closer to that size. You know what I'm saying? That way you can do belt carry or pocket drop. I hope your day's going well, Neil to the Mac. But the blade shape would be very good for an EDC fixie. You could even still leave the little bit of hook, you know, that little bit of recurve or curve to the hawkbill, and keep it very, very minimalist so that it's still easy to sharpen, but give that little bit of hook down to the tip. Kubi is the OEM on Clydesdale. And the Clydesdale is what made me actually fall in love with titanium liner locks. We talked about it before, how I used to really hate titanium. And it's still not my favorite material. But Kubi's titanium liner locks are next level nice. I like them way better than a frame lock. I'm not a huge frame lock guy. I lock myself out with my thumb all the time. So the Kubi's titanium liner locks are so nice. A Clydesdale on blade binge right now. If it's in good shape, that'd be worth snagging. Or even carbon fiber. Something like that. It's all crooked now. Put that right there. Looks like it's mint. Ooh. That's a steal then. Because they were 125 brand new. And you can't get them no more. And even if they do another run, there'll never be another run of first gens. You know, there'll never be another run just like this. I've wanted to, I keep thinking about doing my own anodizing and stuff on this, but I also just love the way it looks stock. I don't know if you guys saw, but there, after now the Blade Show's over, TRM is offering the lizard skin 3D tie with Cerakote on it now. They have a red and a blue Cerakoted version. The red looks really nice. I am working on something with TRM for a giveaway that is going to be awesome. You guys are gonna flip. I think I'm going to be the first person to give one of these knives away when it gets here. Well, we shall see. I'm going to go check out that Clydesdale. Got to score it before it's gone. You have a blim, Clydesdale? 75. Hey, that's fair if somebody thinks they can get it out. This, I got this as a blim. And when it got here, now I've carried this a bunch, so it is marked up a bit now. But I couldn't tell you what the blim was on it when it got here. I don't know what was blemished. Now the titanium is showing wear from being in the pocket, but when it got here, it looked perfect to me. Oh wait, no, I didn't get a blim. I take that back. Duh, that's why it looked perfect. I got the second to last one from Way of Knife. They ran out 5 minutes after I got this one. They only had 2 left. That's right. I did get it from Way of Knife. That's the only knife I've purchased at Way of Knife so far. It's a knife that I've thought about sending back to them to let them go crazy on with their customization, but I just love the way it looks. I've seen a lot of people that have taken the horn off a bit and made it a smoother horny. I love that little horn right there. I want that nubbin to stay. It's too good to use. Yeah, they did have some sick mods. Sick. Like, does the screw need? Yeah, that's a good question. Does the screw need to be drilled out? Does the pivot need to be pressed? Yes, true that. I have been thinking about sending a couple of knives over his way. Possibly starting with the Cardington. I'm thinking about sending the Cardington to Darkwater to do a flipper delete and then let him go wild on the anodizing and probably acid wash the blade. I think it would look sick with some crazy scuffed anodizing, and a acid wash blade with that flipper tab removed. Yay, yay. Oh, hell yeah, Jim. At least one of you guys got it. I'm glad one of you too got it. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Good shout out, Mick Ranger. Now we just need to get one for Ron. There you go. Yeah, I'm sure you could get it figured out, at least drill it out. And then once you drilled out the screw, you should be able to push out the pivot. Paul Mills, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, homie? Okay, cool. I can also show something that I just got permission to show that I got a sneak peek of earlier today. How would you guys like a Devo sneak peek? We got something the Devo's got in the hopper that y'all ain't seen yet. Look at these updated fireballs. DLC, dual satin DLC, updated textured back straps. New DLC styles. I love that 80s. That 80s with the new backstrap. That see all the different backstrap variants. That Ray looking backstrap's pretty cool too. But the next one he shows is my second favorite after the 80s. This one here, the all black camo carbon with the diamond textured backstrap. And the satin is actually my second favorite. But that 80s DLC is fire. Improved sharpening choil versus the original, or improved plunge grind versus the original Fireball. Look at those, folks. Coming soon. On the DLC ones, I believe the backstraps are DLC as well. There's a little sneak peek for y'all. And a couple of drawings that our boy Bladed Ginger's working on. This one would be a crossbar lock. I dig it. I dig it. And this one is the Beyond EDC Fixie. I definitely could be down with that. That would be so comfortable to use as an EDC Fixie. Hell yeah, homie. Take it easy, Neil Mac. Have a great day. Let me stop sharing this. Why is it still? Remove. There we go. Dropped it by an inch and a quarter. Perfect. That lines it up perfect then. Take 3/4 off the handle, 1/2 inch off the blade. Perfect. Those Devo fireballs, though, look insane. That 80s one with the DLC. I wish those weren't going to be $300 knives. Neil Mac, have a fantastic day. Roger that, Fook. Why is it still sharing? There we go. Roger that, Fook. Let me see if he... I don't believe he gave us a timeline yet. He just asked if we wanted a little sneak peek. Different milling patterns on the backstrap, different versions, small CQI stuff. I'm looking, scrolling back down through real quick. Yeah, no, there is no date on them yet. And there we go. Oh, just got your shaman. Ooh. Which one? Which one? I like that new BOA, the BOA micarta 10V version that you can get from Rec, but I really want the Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive in S45VN and micarta. That's I gotta pull it up actually. Yeah, I gotta share this one. This is my Grail Shaman. Like I have a couple. There's 3 shamans that I would love, or 4 now. 4 different ones that I would accept that are all part of the Grail list. But this one right here, oh, that is so gorgeous. I want that. Cobalt blue, nice. Hell yes. Yeah, the 4 that are, I don't have a shaman yet. But I've handled the shaman and the bodacious. I prefer the shaman personally. I want either that SMKW one, the River's Edge micarta N10V, the Knife Center S90V and burlap, or the CTS XHP and micarta. All 4 of those have micarta. Those, and I would take any of those 4. I love both my PM2s, but this one is getting more pocket time lately than my S45VN because I'm just so happy to have it. Yeah, they've definitely gone up. I'm gonna see if the River's Edge Cutlery 10V Shaman. And when this is the other one that the other new one that is gorgeous. This one right here. The Python micarta 10V. Now, I do like that one better. I would rather have the smoky gray. But both of those are freaking gorgeous. And I would take either. I love those scales. I love those scales. I want to get any shaman. But Joey the Roach, what up? welcome from Puerto Rico. I'm doing well, homie. Hope you are also. Glad to have you here, my man. Kripple Krew is worldwide. Yeah, I want any of them with micarta scales. The way the shaman feels with micarta, it just melts in hand. And I love the fact that you can rock it as a front flipper. I want a shaman. Shaman. Sage 5 or 6. Ron Crow, member Kripple Krew, what's going on? Would probably be my top 2, and Smock. Those would be my top 3 Spydercos on the wish list. Besides the Tonto version. Now that I have, where's my header, baby? There we go. Now that I have these 2 blade shapes, the Tonto is my number 1 grail for Spyderco. But other than that, I really want to get a Shaman, a Smock, and a Sage 5 or 6. Hey, Kelly's staying busy. Oh, show. But yeah, I need a Tonto PM2 now. Then I can complete the trifecta. Dan Stan, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, homie? I also need to try a CME from OCD for EDC and see if I like having the CME on the compression lock. The Lava Flow M4 PM2. Nick Martino! You got the stovepipe? Member Kripple Krew Inc. Nick Martino, what's up? That's awesome. The stovepipe's such a wicked looking knife. Going to the game tomorrow? Hell yeah, Gabe. Yeah, and then I want to, this one, I want to either get clear scales or black Ultim because I've got the Ultim on this. And then if I don't get clear scales for this, then when I get the Tonto, it will get clear scales. But I'm thinking about doing Ultim, black Ultim, and clear for my 3 PM2s. Yeah, if they made a pair of 3 warning, that would be awesome. I don't have a pair of 3. I have 2 PM2s and my Manix, my Manix 2 lightweight in M4, and my Lil Native in 20 CV. Such an amazing little big knife. But I don't have a pair of 3, but I want a Sage 5 or 6 before I get a pair of 3 because I've handled both and I like the ergos on the Sage a little bit better personally. I liked the Sage better than the pair of 3. I love PM2s. And even though I'd like to get one eventually for the collection, it's not high on my list because I don't think I'd be a big military 2 guy because this is as long as I want to go. But I would still like to get a military 2 for the collection. Yeah, that Sage 6 is sick as hell. Yeah, no, this will never, ever, 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 ever get sold, Nick. This will never leave my collection. It'll never be traded. I wanted this for so long. And the only reason War Room parted with this is because he has the black Warney PM2. And he had used this one more. It had a little bit of a chip tip, but I just had it sent to Boston Blade Works. It was just a tiny, tiny chip. So one sharpening took care of it. You can't even tell. And with Boston Blade Works edge on it, this CTHC is scary. It is insanely sharp. Yes, and the fact that it came from my brother War Room, the original member of Kripple Krew Inc., and one of my biggest supporters, I will never ever get rid of this. I plan on doing CMEs. I'm thinking about putting the Blood Money CME on this build. I was holding out for him to do Ultim, and then I realized Ultim isn't porous. That's why you can't Loctite it. So you're not going to be able to super glue it to metal. So Ultim isn't going to work. But the Blood Money CME would be really cool on here, or the glow in the dark carbon fiber for this build. And then for this one, the CME is going to depend on which scales I end up putting on here. Yes, Tontos are very expensive on the secondary market. These run around 300 on the secondary market. War Room sent me a link a couple of weeks ago to somebody who was selling a Tonto for 180, and that was a stupid price, but I didn't have the funds. You recently got the Blue Ridge Shaman. Oh, nice. That's awesome, Nick. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. Because that opens it up now for me to find pretty much any shaman and slap those micarta scales on it. I don't have to worry about getting, so I can get one of the ones with G10 even. Now I just got to find one with a good sale on it and then throw those scales on. I appreciate that. Because I do really want the micarta on them. And those micartas, the black micarta scales, you must have the CTS XHP shaman. The new Shaman Light. See, okay, yeah, that's got the I love those micarta scales. Please save those. You know, part of the thing about the Shaman is I know they contoured the lightweight scales too. So I would have to handle one before I could judge it. But I want a regular Shaman. I got both of these in trades from War Room. M4, CTSX HP. Both knives were on my grail list. And both were knives War Room had multiples of. And these